Thank you all for being here. I wasn't supposed to do this quite yet. Avery was diagnosed prenatally with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Basically, she was missing half her heart, and the pediatric cardiologist suggested termination. It's one of the most serious and complex forms of congenital heart defects, and it's fatal without surgery. When Avery was born, her sisters were 4, 7, and 9, and that's when we started living day by day, and sometimes hour by hour. That's also when we started living for today, not for what might happen later, but for right now, that we were all together, and that today is a good day. Because HLHS is very complex, chronic illness, several nurses had mentioned Make-A-Wish to us during that time. A wish seemed like it was something safe and exciting to look forward to, but even so, the fact that your child is sick enough to qualify for a wish is absolutely not a good feeling. Over the next few years, she would have 3 open heart surgeries, heart caths, dozens of echoes, countless x-rays and pokes, and months in the hospital. And after all of that, her heart still is not, and never will be, fixed. Avery was nearly 4 and could barely make it up a flight of stairs. She couldn't keep up with her friends, and her sisters couldn't even tickle her because she'd get too tired. Her hands and feet were always cold, and her lips were usually blue. We were hopeful surgery would give her more oxygen and more energy, so we decided to wait on the wish, hoping she'd be able to enjoy it more later. In the month that she was in the hospital, we talked about wishes a lot, and that got us through some pretty tough days. When she got out of the hospital, our lives were very different. She was crazy and busy, and so active she blended right in with her friends. We had a luxury that many wish families do not, and that was time. We met with her wish granters a few years later, and since we were in no particular hurry, the anticipation just kept building as Avery and her sisters waited for her wish to be granted. Her wish to go to Disney World was announced at a surprise party with our family and friends, and we left for Disney less than 2 weeks later. So that was the year we went on our first family vacation. Avery was 6, Reagan was 10, Paige turned 14 while we were there, and Kendall was 15. They had changed so much from the little girls that they were when we started this journey. They had already seen so much in their little lives. They've seen their little sister's heart beating through her open chest. We lived 200 miles apart for a few months, and they became the best PT, OT, and speech therapists out there. Her wish trip was filled with very busy days. We all knew we were there to make memories, and we squeezed in as many as we possibly could. She'd fall asleep in her stroller every night, so we'd stay out for a few more hours and do the bigger rides and the things that her sisters wanted to do. Each morning, Eric and the older girls would sleep in, and Avery was dragging me out the door at 7 a.m. for ice cream and swimming. She loved getting autographs of the characters, and when we finally got to meet the princesses at Magic Kingdom, I could barely breathe because all I could think was, this, right now, this is her wish. We didn't realize until later what else was actually happening. We didn't realize how much we needed it, how much we needed the break from reality, how much we needed to recharge our batteries, how we'd all been in survival mode for years, and that we desperately needed a new start. That trip changed us. It was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had. The reason we were able to experience that together was because of you, and it was because of the vision that a few people had 35 years ago. We got home the day before Thanksgiving and the busiest shopping season of the year. We all knew what we had just experienced was greater than any gift we'd ever open again. A few weeks later, we decided together that instead of buying presents, we wanted to start saving for a vacation. And a few months ago, we got it. We went without Christmas and birthday gifts for 2.5 years, and in May, we spent a week in Mexico. Although it'll take a few years to save up for that again, they're already excited for our next trip. So 2 months after we got home from her wish, I woke up in the middle of the night with her next to me having a grand mal seizure. Nothing like this had ever happened before, but I knew what it could mean considering her complex little heart. I wondered what our lives would be like in a few hours or in a few days. I wondered if she'd come out of it or be permanently damaged, or if she'd even be with us at all. While her dad is on the phone to 911 and we're waiting for the ambulance to arrive, I actually thought about her wish. I thought about how happy we all had been, and I was so thankful that we got that time together, and that our family will always be able to hold on to that. We have little reminders of the trip all over our house. In our main hallway, we have a big collage, and I know I stop there at least once a week, and I find other people pausing there quite a bit too. We talk about it as much now as we did a couple of years ago. For us, it wasn't just a trip. It was so much more. It was truly a forever gift, and it has become a part of who we are. Avery has taught us so much about life and love and resilience. She is a miracle, and I'm so thankful for each day we have together. Make-A-Wish gave us something to look forward to, and even long after the trip, even years after the trip, it still gives us so much to hold on to. I think wishes are life-changing. It's not just a vacation, not just a play date, not just meeting a celebrity, not just a room makeover. It's a gift of hope and love and humility and kindness. Thank you for believing in Make-A-Wish, and thank you for being generous and making a difference.
Hi, my name is